Good morning everyone, today we're going to be looking at my ship 4 character because she is the free to play account, and I want to share with you guys a goal that I finally achieved, which was make 40 million Meseta fully free to play and without using the market. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So just to prove to you that I'm not talking out of my butt, as you can see right here, in Meseta I have achieved 40 million. And the key factor as a free-to-play player on how I was able to achieve 40 million wasn't because I farmed for hours and days on end and just kept being diligent and doing all the farming sessions and all of that. It was actually the opposite of not spending money every time I had money. I feel like this is a common occurrence for most people. I've fallen victim to this, especially on ship 3, where you're wandering around, you're just playing with other people and you see someone with like some really cool fashion. You're like, wow, that hairstyle is amazing. Wow, that outfit's amazing. And then you check the price of those outfits and hairstyles on the market and you're like, whoa, I can afford that. You know, that scarf's like 2 million. That outfit's like 1.5 million. And you're sitting on like 5 to 6 million and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna pull the trigger, I'm gonna buy it, and then you're gonna wear that outfit for like 2 to 3 days, and then boom, you just put it in storage and you never wear it ever again. Now, I've fallen victim to this on ship 3, especially because I get distracted extremely easily on ship 3. Just everyone there has really cool drip. And so just by hanging out with a lot of fashionistas, I'm just like, dang, you know, my drip looks like garbage while everyone looks fantastic. So I need to step up my game. And that is usually how I turn out broke, because I end up buying a lot of things that I don't really need and I don't really want, and I kind of regret it. I get that buyer's remorse a couple hours later or a couple days later. I'm like, dang it, if I just didn't buy all these cosmetic items, you know, this month or this week, I would have been at like 10 million Meseta or 20 million Meseta. And this is one of the key things as a free-to-play player on how you can save Meseta. It's a lot easier to save Meseta than to make Meseta, especially if you're free to play, because you don't really have access to the marketplace. And the marketplace is definitely a huge plus if you just need to make a lot of Meseta very quickly, because you can either invest on cosmetic items, you can farm for rare items, you can farm for those Gigas capsules, especially Gigas Might. It's still going for like 1 million on ship 2, and on ship 4 it's going for 2 million. It's freaking bonkers on like how expensive these Gigas Might capsules are going for. But you know, if you're free to play, you can't sell these capsules because you don't have a shop pass, or maybe you're limited in your shop passes. So you're kind of like, oh, you know, if I get one, I only make 2 million. It's not worth popping the shop pass just for 2 million. And so it's very, very difficult for free-to-play players to make a lot of money in order to afford a lot of the fashion items or a lot of the gear that they want. So for all of my free-to-play players, my biggest advice is not to spend your Meseta. Hold on to your Meseta as if your life depended on it, and only spend it if you absolutely have to. So for example, my Kaiser weapon, obviously, you know, you had to farm for it, I had to farm for it, but for the augments themselves, you know, do I really need an Addy capsule in my Kaiser weapon? Probably not. So I decided not to use an Addy capsule because it was way too much money, especially as a free to play. You know, you don't have 6 million to splurge on these expensive capsules, which might go outdated in a couple months. So, you know, be a little bit smart with your money and be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna sacrifice that 0.5% extra damage and I'm gonna save myself 6 million Meseta, which is perfectly fine. But if you're really hell-bent on getting an Addy capsule, then maybe do a compromise. So what I did was I actually got the Addy Guard Mel. So, you know, this is very, very inexpensive right now because this is like the old Addy capsules. But nowadays, you know, you could look at the new Addy capsules, but not top of the line. You know, you could find the cheaper Addy capsules, which are probably like hovering between 1 to 2 million. So for the price of one of the expensive Addy capsules, which are usually 6 million, you can get 3 of the regular Addy capsules, and boom, you set up your armors, and overall your character is actually going to be stronger than investing all of that money in that one singular capsule. So as a free-to-play, you just need to think about these things a lot more, because remember, time is on your side. There's no rush for you to spend your money immediately. You can hold on to all of your Meseta, plan meticulously, and make sure that you've got everything sorted out, everything planned out before you pull the trigger, before you drop a bunch of Meseta. And this applies to your outfits and accessories as well. You can always preview the accessories from the shop. You don't need to pull the trigger and buy anything yet. So you can take your time, mix and match, and slowly think things through. I think think that's one of the main culprits of why people lose money so quickly, is because we're impulse buyers. Don't worry, I understand, because I'm an impulse buyer as well. If I want something, it doesn't matter what the price is. I usually get ripped off on the first day because I'm like, dude, I need that Fubuki hairstyle. It's 16 million. I'm gonna buy it because I need the Fubuki hair. And do I regret it? Yes, I regret it, because like literally a week later it dropped down to like 3 million. So I paid over 6 times the price for this Fubuki hairstyle, where if I just waited 1 week, if I was just a little bit cooler in the head and just not so impulsive, I would have saved a ton of money. But no, impulsive Kero is like, oh, I need that hairstyle right now, so I'm gonna buy it right now. And that way I got ripped off really, really bad. And so with the Overlord scratch coming out, you know, prices might be good the moment they come out, but just be a little bit careful, especially if you are short on Meseta. Don't immediately pull the trigger and be like, I'm gonna buy everything right now and to pay a bunch of money, because my rule of thumb is I like to wait for the weekend, because during the weekends, hopefully a little bit more people will scratch, and then hopefully the prices will stabilize a little bit. But, big but, this has backfired before on me, so please, you know, don't take my word and be like, Kero said the prices are going to be cheaper on the weekend, so I'm going to wait till the weekend. And then you're going to wait, and then suddenly other people are going to buy out stuff and inflate things, and you're going to be like, oh, Kero, what have you done? Now I can't even get my freaking albedo outfit anymore. Basically, do whatever you think is right, but I'm just telling you from my experience, I've been burned many times because I'm an impulse buyer. So don't be like me. Don't be an impulse buyer. Use your brain, see how the market is, and make the most logical decision to the best of your abilities. Now, I'm sure some of you guys are wondering, all right, Kero, you got 40 million. How long did it take you? Because that's the key question, right? How long did it take you to make 40 million? It took like 6 months. I'm not gonna lie, it took a very, very long time to make this much money, because I don't grind that much on ship 4. I don't sit in ship 4 and grind combat zones indefinitely and all of that jazz, because I know I don't have premium. So if I do get a rare drop, like, I need to make sure that I commit, right? If I'm about to pop one of those shop passes, I need to commit. Like, those 3 days, I am going ham on grinding in order to make the most out of my 3-day shop pass. And most of the time, I can't commit to that because I'm just really, really lazy and I don't want to farm that much. However, during peak moments when there's a lot of your friends online, you know, like when the Steer region releases, when this coming maintenance ends as well, there's going to be a lot of people playing. Like, those are usually the best windows to pop your 3-day pass and just go ham, because you've got a lot of people playing the game, which motivates you to play the game, and you guys can all jump into a voice chat or just text chat or whatever. And it's just so much easier to keep playing the game if there's a lot of other people playing the game with you and keeping you company. And those are usually the times where I go very, very hard on grinding. But to all of my free-to-play friends out there, let me know in the comment section below, how do you make your Meseta? Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals, the boosts, the rest.